What is going on, guys? Hopefully you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon for making the videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Let's post that here. Alright, minus 15K. Today is the 12th. And then we're going to go over here and go save like this. We can do minus 15K since that's realized, even though today we're technically green, but that's just what we realize is red. But let's see here, so minus 15K right there. Alright. Cool. And I'll go to your channel. I'll go here. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Hope you guys have been studying hard this weekend. Alright, I am live going over today's trading day. Down minus 15K realized. Up 91K unrealized. Alright guys, like I said, hope you guys have been trading well. Hope you guys studied hard this weekend. For some reason, this weekend felt like a long weekend. I know it wasn't, but it also feels like today's Tuesday, funny enough. At least to me. So, we're just going to get started here. Appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in to our MakeNoTrading.com community. Hopefully, in some way, shape, or form, we're kind of helping you guys' trading career in some way. That's really the name of the game here at NAKD.com, to kind of build knowledge and foundation for you guys to learn upon. You know, what I think is if I'm not sharing my losses and my wins and what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong every day, and you following my path and learning from me, then I feel like people are worse off without that than they're worse off without me coming on than if I never came on. So MDIA. So hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. It does take. I know it didn't seem like a lot of time throughout my day, but I'm pretty busy throughout the day, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the free stream every day. MRIN. We had, what's another runner today? Works. And we had Sagak. There's that. Alright. Post that there. Alright, cool. Posted that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying today's trading day. We're going to go minus 15K. Alright, guys. Where did I put that thing? Huh. Over here? Where did it go? Why is it not? Okay, well I don't know where that thing went, but we'll at least do this for now. Alrighty guys, hopefully you guys are studying hard, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys are working long and hard. You know, at the end of the day, there's no excuses. It comes down to how much time you put down into yourself and how much quality time that is. You know, anyone can study, but it's up to you to figure out, you know, what kind of studying you can do to maximize the amount of knowledge you're getting and minimize the amount of time you have to put in. That's always what I focus on when I'm studying, is maximize the amount of knowledge that I'm gaining, as well as not having to put in, you know, as much time as other people. Maybe some people are studying the same thing, but putting in double the amount of time. And the name of the game is learning as much as you can with the least amount of time. So, anyways, guys, hopefully you guys are enjoying the trading day. Hopefully you guys traded well. There was a lot of opportunities today. I didn't really capitalize on much, to be honest. The reason being, IMTE was just my main watch all day. This one is one that I said over here was my main watch, and all day today. This one reacted a little bit better today. Nice solid volume. We're building higher lows with a breakout over 540. This is just my main focus, and I'll explain why. But other than that, you know, I traded a couple of names, MTSL, a nice winner on, and then after that, I kind of just took out loss after loss after loss. But then I locked in a little bit of IMT just because I couldn't, you know, play it overnight with the amount of margin that I was using. So I'll let you guys kind of trickle on in, guys. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. Hopefully you guys have been trading well. I know that the markets are starting to heat up in the summer, which is great, awesome to see. But at the end of the day, it's always best for us to build a plan, a process, and a strategy to capitalize on any type of markets and evolve in any type of markets. So, yeah, guys. Cormier, what's going on? What's going on, Ashley? As always, Steve Austin, first one on. How are you doing at trading, Steve? You've been on here every day. It seems like the first one on, literally. I mean, I can't remember someone who's beat you on live stream. So go ahead and message me, Steve. I like to reward people who are consistent, who show up every day, who are trying to learn, who prove that by just putting in the time, by showing up on the streams, by putting in the time in chat, seeing you on every day. Another great name is Chris Mountain, Alan Fishing, but Steve Austin, you seem to just come on. Todd Adams is another one. You guys, Steve Austin especially comes on immediately. So Steve, reach out to me. I want to kind of go over your trading a little bit, maybe. See how you're doing, see what how overall your studying process and kind of your strengths, your weaknesses. Yeah, he beats everyone. And that's the kind of stuff that I look for, guys. Steve Austin is a great example of what it takes. Those of you guys coming in a little late, trickling out, kind of half in, half out, guys. At the end of the day, nothing wrong with putting in an hour a day. Just realize it might take you 4 or 5 years instead of, area where he spent every day and he's now been a profitable trader in under a year. And a huge profitable trader because he puts the time in. The reality is we're only human and we only get what we put into our craft. Whether it be, Michael Jordan didn't just wake up and be the best player of all time. Imagine how many hours that guy put in, or Kobe Bryant, or anyone. It's not like they just woke up and were the best and stayed the best. So, that's how trading goes, guys. You need to realize that, you can't just expect to be good at this game. You have to put time in. You have to put effort in. You have to also understand studying the right things is extremely important. Finding the successful traders to study from is extremely important. And also, finding enriched content. Not like I say, like my course is my enriched content. My YouTube is my diluted content. They might cover some of the same concepts, but at the end of the day, it's 20 hours of enriched content rather than it might even be thousands of hours of content, and you kind of have to sift through what works and what doesn't, and what I'm actually talking about, what I'm not, right? So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, you have to always know that as a trader, and the reality is 90% of people fail. This is not easy. I am not someone normal. I have a passion in what I do. And now I do this full time. Before I was kind of dabbling half in, half out when I was in college. But now I'm doing this full time. So, yeah, guys, that's really it. And at the end of the day, I wanted to inspire and to motivate you guys to start with $1,000. And now, obviously, we've made well over almost, I think we're close to 18 million now, 17.9 million, something like that. And 391 business days, all from $1,000. So, at the end of the day, guys, I am here to motivate. I am here to inspire. And these YouTubes that I do every day, honestly, it might not seem like a lot of work, but for me, I focus a lot of my time in trading, and to come on here every single day to go over what I've already traded is part of a big process in my day. So that's why sometimes I come on sporadically, because sometimes I don't really want to come on, to be honest. But I force myself to, just because I know that you guys are learning from me, and I try and keep up with you guys and trying to give you guys a clear understanding of how I'm trading and what's working and what's not, because I really do feel like at the end of the day, if I don't come on here, then I'm not helping that one extra person that might actually, be needing my help, and I just don't see it. But just because I don't see it doesn't mean I don't think about it every day. So, again, hopefully these streams are giving you guys a clear understanding of my thought process, and giving you guys some type of help in your trading career and building your knowledge and foundation as a trader. So anyways, been on here long enough. Let's kind of go over, today's day. And like I said, MTSL, I actually longed it right in this. And then we had I was in this holding it down, but then we had a nice comeback. I said, just short of VWAP, I'm going to scale out. Luckily, I did that for a $12,000 gainer. And then just got aggressive on a lot of stocks today, just because I know there's so much chase out there, guys. So much chase. CTX I chased quite a bit. CGOC I tried to take a long in, but not a bad average on CGOC, 22.69. That's the reality, though. Breaking beneath this was basically the end of it, so I should have just broken out, break even. I saw the same perk back up, fall below VWAP, and it just looked ugly after that. So, I took a way bigger loss than I should have. My goal was to kind of just break even on that one if it came back to my entry, and I got too aggressive on it just because it's a chase market. And then Exela, I thought this one was going to run after hours, and of course it is. I ended up with a 351 average, but I didn't realize that on IMTE I have to hold 100% of my equity in this one. So I had to scale out of Exela for the overnight. I really wanted to overnight that one, and right now I'd be up quite a bit if I was in that position. But that's trading. It's not always that easy with the brokerages and how to comply with what they need and what they don't. And lastly, guys, IMTE. You guys can see I'm holding a big position in IMTE with a 452 average. And that's just in this account. I have another position in my other account. And, I've never been, I don't know if I've ever been, I probably have, but I would say this is probably a top 5 most confident simile play I've ever had. And then, but before I go, I want to explain. A lot of you guys are asking, why am I liking IMT? Why am I liking IMT? Why am I talking about IMT so much? IMT. Well, the reality is, guys, let's go over MRIN, right? MRIN was a great example of, basically a runner. It took 5 days, and on the 5th day, I started to get a big sympathy run right here. Or maybe it was 4th day, okay? So we moved from 2 to 18, right? And so how similar does that look to SGOC? Well, it even was quicker, from 240 up to 29. It was a lot quicker, too, with a lot of volume. Now, IMTE didn't necessarily start exactly in the same price range, guys. But IMTE, there's so many things going for this name. And I realized that there was a lot of other runners today and a lot of other sympathies like MTSL and like CETX and MDIA. And to be honest, I saw all those. And that's the kind of chase that's out there, right? That's the kind of chase that is out there in the markets. And MDIA, I actually really like to see that thing go that far because all those chasers, NEGG, MRIN, now we have SGOC, MDIA, all these stocks, guys, all they're doing is speaking to us, saying, hi, there's a lot of chasers out there, and it's showing up, and they can't just hide because now they've shown up on the screens. They've bought and sold the stock. It's all over, look, let's just cover it really quick. MRIN, look at that big runner. NEGG, look at that big runner. 10 to 79 on massive liquidity. SGOC, right? 2 to 29 on massive liquidity. MDIA, look at this, 3 to 17. So even if IMTE goes half that and goes to 10, 11, that's a huge opportunity, guys. And the reality is, I've been saying there's multiple simile plays all day long. The only reason why I still can't believe this thing hasn't gone. I am beyond shocked. Okay, so MTSL, to me, I could go on FinViz really quick. Let's just go on FinViz really quick, okay? And FinViz, I couldn't even believe that people were comparing this as a simile play. I could not believe it. But we're going to cover it, okay? MTSL, communication and telecom. Let's just go over the trading floor. I posted it in the trading floor. Okay, right here. So MTSL, communication services, telecom, Israel, not even Hong Kong, okay? Industrials, no. Conglomerates, no. Hong Kong, no. Nada. Nothing there. I don't see what people are talking about other than there's FOMO in the markets. And when there's FOMO, there's chasers. And that's what happened with that name. CETX, industrials, okay. Conglomerates, okay. USA, no. Communication services, no. Electronic and gaming, no. Hong Kong, yes. Now let me explain why I like IMTE better than CETX. It's the simple fact that if you look at the actual description, and I can't even read that on my screen. Can you guys read that? I can't read that. Open and original. Okay. Let's see if I can read this over here. Okay. It is a conglomerate group of various businesses with headquarters based in Hong Kong. The group is principally engaged in virtual reality devices and technologies and research development. That right there is the key. Okay, so out of everything that we just said, right, IMTE is virtual reality. It shows it right here. Right here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I could be completely wrong. I will admit, my DD absolutely sucks. Someone else found that for me. Okay? But when it becomes this obvious, like, it's literally in the same price range. It's a former runner. It's the same concept of a company. They're both virtual reality. And it's a former runner, and they're both from Hong Kong. I mean, that was rare enough. I couldn't even believe how identical to me these were. Like I said, there's a lot of FOMO out there. There's a lot of chase. But at the end of the day, it has too many things going for it. I don't even know how it hasn't ran yet. But it doesn't matter. Okay? I still think there's going to be a lot of chase in there tomorrow. Okay? When people are like, okay, all of a sudden, I truly think that should have been the lead sympathy. I was shocked to see so far it hasn't really been. Now, it's still showing potential. Up 25% today, ran on Friday. But at the end of the day, it has too many things going for it, similar to SGOC. And on top of that, I've seen people compare MDIA now to IMTE, and I haven't really looked into that. But that's a double whammy. Let's see why here. Communication services, broadcasting. I don't know why people are comparing MDIA. Here we go. MDIA, communication services, electronic gaming. Okay. So to me, that was even more of a reason. Now they're comparing it to the other 350% runner, MDIA. And on top of all that, there's so much chase in these markets. Now that they're comparing it to the two biggest runners besides NEGG and MRN, MDIA, and now, which I think is more close to SGOC, really. But there's people I've seen on social media comparing this one as well. And people are going to look on Finviz tonight and realize that as well. You can't hide from showing up on Finviz like that. I don't know. There's just so many things. I haven't seen something so obvious to me. And like usually some of these plays are not identical. They're not like so identical as that. Usually some of these plays are same price range, similar sector, similar area where the company was at, similar float. Not almost the same price range. This Hong Kong, it's the same. Virtual reality. They're both virtual reality companies. I mean, and the best part about it is IMT is a former runner. When you see former runners, guys, that is a huge reasoning to trade a stock in a FOMO market. This thing went from 185 to 44 in one day. Okay, this is known to run. But yeah, and that's true. It's the best 70, but it's not what the market shows, and that's fine. But I still think that people will wake up and realize, especially into tomorrow, that one is the closest that I could find. I mean, I couldn't believe how almost identical it was in the end. But again, it doesn't matter. Things run and they fall, and they run and they fall. SGOC, MRN, MDIA, they run and they fall, and they run and they fall, and your job is to predict as best as you can what's going on. Perfect example, like I said, was MRN and then Blinn. Blinn was just a 70 play, that's it. And Blinn ran from 246, and 2 days later went to 14. Okay? MDIA, now from 3 to 17, right? That's up, what is that up? Jeez, I didn't even realize. That's up almost 500% in 2 days. I mean, guys, there is so much FOMO out there. It's insane, okay? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of social media talk. There's this, there's that, there's the other. And in my opinion only, it doesn't even come close. IMTE is the most obvious simile play to SGOC, and now people are comparing it to MDIA as well. So that's a double whammy on top of a former runner. I don't know. We'll see. And I've been wrong before. You can go back on some of my streams. I've been wrong before. But at the end of the day, there's no way in hell I'm not going to take a risk on overnighting this stock. There's no way. If it has an offering, great. If it goes back to 4, great. I'm prepared for all of that. I'm just saying, to me, this has the best opportunity out of all the Simity plays. Okay? And I've been right before. I've been right before many times as well, too. And the Simity plays go, look at BLIN. And I only took a little piece of that move. I was out on BLIN, $270,000 winner at I think I was out at 770s. The thing went to 14 the next day. So you see the opportunity, you see what's possible. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm willing to take the risk. If I'm wrong, I'll pay the price. If I'm right, so be it. That's a part of trading. We make wrong and right decisions, but it's our jobs to figure out what's the best opportunity for you. That's it. What's the best opportunity, and how much have you studied to put yourself in the proper positions to get yourself in a position where you think that there's potential in a stock? And when that's the case, I'm not expecting IMTE to go to 15, to 20, to 30. I'm not even really expecting maybe this to run multi-day. If it does, great. I'm just expecting this to potentially have a move to maybe the 7s, the 8s, plausibly, if not possibly, But, and we've been seeing, no one would have thought MDIA was going to run. And look at this thing. It starts off with low liquidity. It looks dead right here. Literally, it looks dead. It's like almost back to where it started. And then 8s, 10s, 13s, 18s. I mean, or NEGG, right? Let's go back and look at this one. I mean, 16, and then it consolidates, and then I mean, just rips to 29. Next day, 71, and then it 70. I mean, guys, the market we're in is chase massively, and our jobs is to do our best to figure out what is going to position ourselves for the symmetry plays with lower risk. Symmetry plays always have lower risk. Okay, that's just the end of the day. That's why I like trading them the most, but. They're a little less liquidity than the lead runners, but if you find the lead symmetry play, it's not that bad at all. And on top of that, the head runners are the ones that you could take with like even bigger size, right? So, all right, guys, that's really all I have. I don't have anything else. I had a big red day on Friday, so obviously I make mistakes. We'll see what happens. That's just my thoughts on IMTE. There's a lot of things going for it. MTSL, I was just laughing watching this go up. I don't know how anyone could say this was a symmetry play. I truly don't. But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, anything can run in the market at any one time, and that's just the reality of it. So, sure, it might not have been a symmetry play, but guess what? There was still a lot of range. You could have shorted it. You could have longed it. At the end of the day, volatility is what we look for day traders, and that's it. Or the same thing with CETX. This was a lot more similar to SGOC. So it made more sense to me. But, at the end of the day, that's that. It ran nice opportunity there. Long and short. Maybe this runs tomorrow too. I don't know. But to me, like I said, IMTE completely and utterly makes the most sense. It always has. Ever since I found it on day one, I was like, this is insane how similar this is. I tried it to warn all you guys. And then it came back down, and now we're back up. So, I don't know. We'll see, guys. Any questions, guys? Sorry, John. I didn't mean to do that. If I actually did, DM me. I'll get you a new speaker. That's my bad. I am not meaning to do that. It just came out of nowhere. What identifies a lead symmetry? Usually the one that runs right after the lead runner, right? Like if the runner's up 50, 100%, there's a stock behind it up 100%, it's in a similar sector, similar price range, then that's probably the lead runner. This is the only time in a long time where I've ever disagreed on the lead runner, though. I should, Alan. I should. I should work on that. I appreciate that reminder, Alan. Would you call this to 8 for how many days in advance? I don't know what that means. No, you can't copy my trades. Oh, okay. And it honestly scared me. You set a stop loss on support? No, it's all mental stops for me. But that's because I have discipline. A lot of times I recommend some people to do stop losses because some people just don't have discipline. I did JC. IMTE, yeah. That's what I think, Ricky, but we'll see. Corey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. So I got 220,000 shares with an average of 452 on IMTE. I have more in my other account as well. We'll see what happens here, guys. I've been wrong before. But again, look at this thing hold up all day long. Solid volume, breaking over the highs from yesterday. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things going for it, but like I said, Anything's possible. They can have an offering. They can decide just not to run. People don't have to chase it if they don't want. And we'll see. So, all right, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. I have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Free chat in the description below. My course teaching my process in the description below. Brokers that I use. Link in the description below. Brokers 2 free stocks. Live to $1,400. Link in the description below. Scanner settings I use. Also all in the link description below. Check all those out. I appreciate every single one of you guys supporting the NorMagnoTrading.com community. Cheers, team. And